So I'm here waiting for our introduction. I'm here to get any feedback. All right. Thank you, Enobom Benson from Akwa Ibom. Welcome. Thank you, Kajida, joining from Kenya. Thank you. All right. Hello, Irat from Abuja, Nigeria. You're welcome. Thank you so much. All right, so let's keep the introduction coming. Let's continue with the introduction. Tell us what your name is, where you're joining from.
Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you very much, everyone, for joining. Here they are joining. And yeah, Tom Yobe. Yeah, and before I continue from there, I would like to welcome everybody and introduce myself. I am Timothy Jerry Blessing, and I'll be your moderator for today's event. Yeah, and I want to draw our notice to today's event that this is the second Wikipedia event for the Independent Women's Day celebration by Africa Wiki Women. And the reason for this is to improve our expectation concerning the campaign by teaching us and highlighting some of the campaign expectations, like translations, how to improve pages, how to create a Wikipedia page from scratch, and so on. So the trainer have done one before, which is last week, by introducing and explaining some little edits and how to even create an account. So today we are going to level up the training. Now, we are going to level up the training. So please feel free to introduce yourself and on the chat box, and I'll expect all of us here to respect the friendly policy and be nice to each other, okay? Yes. So as we learn, we should also know how to interact with everyone. So for today's training, we are going to be performing a major edit on Wikipedia for journalists and politicians. So before we continue, I would love Amarachi to share the ice-breaking section for us. So take part in our ice-breaking section. Then before we call our speaker or our trainer for today's program. Yeah. Amarachi, please.
All right, so thank you so much, Blessing. I guess the network really had its thing on you, because we had individuals that were already introducing themselves via the chat. So I feel we should just welcome them officially. All right, so then we can proceed with the icebreaker. Is that okay, Blessing?
Yeah, it's okay, my dear. Yes, it's okay.
All right, so we welcome Joy Chili. She's joining from Akwa Ibom. We have and then Anna Basi Vincent. I am so sorry. I hope I'm pronouncing it well, from Akwa Ibom. We also have Mohammed Idris from Botek Kum Yobe State. We also have Damilare joining from Ibadan. We also have Baba Saleh Madu joining from Gombe. And we also have Si Emawe joining from Ghana. We also have Natasha joining from Ilori. All right, so thank you, everyone. All right, so I'll be taking us on the icebreaker session. So if you can you can see my screen, I need you to say something, all right? So can we all see my screen?
Yes,
Hello, can
please.
anyone hear me? All right.
I can see the screen.
All right, thank you so much for the feedback. All right, so here is what we have here. For the icebreaker session, we'll be having a session recap that is from the last session that happened last week. So and during that session we had a highlight on what the core principle of Wikipedia is. So here I have with me on the screen which one is not a Wikipedia core principle. So we have A, Wikipedia is an encyclopedia. We have B, Wikipedia has a neutral point of view. C, we have Wikipedia promotes personal opinions. We have D, Wikipedia's content is free and can be used by anyone. And we have E, Wikipedia's editors should treat each other with respect and civility. We have Wikipedia has no firm rules. So which of this is not part of the core principle for Wikipedia? All right, so I'm here checking. You can just respond via the chat. All right. So we have C. Is it just IRAT we have here on this session? All right, so this session is meant to be an interactive one. We want to hear from you. Or was it just IRAT that joined us for the last session? Why is everywhere quiet? Can anyone hear me, please? So, can anyone hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
I
I
can.
can hear you. You're loud and clear.
All right, so my eyes are here, waiting for our responses. I just got one response. So does that mean we... I think Wikipedia has no firm rules. That's part of the principle. So we want the odd one, all right? What is Wikipedia not? What is not the more like we have the principles and then we have one odd option. So which is it? So Wikipedia has no firm rule. It's part of the principle. So we are looking at the one that is not part of the principle.
Okay.
D, is that all right? So I think we are not. Can we still see my screen? Let me show my screen so we can see the
Your screen
options.
is visible. Yes, your screen is visible.
Oh, okay. All right. So I'm surprised with the responses I'm getting, really.
They are probably new. They are probably new people and did not partake in the last training.
Okay. Okay. All right. So moving forward, all right. Wikipedia does not promote personal opinions. All right. So C is the correct answer. All right. So it's not part of the core principle of Wikipedia. Wikipedia is an encyclopedia and it is based on neutral point of view. You cannot just bring a personalized idea and just publish it on Wikipedia. No. All right. So Wikipedia content are free and can be used and reused. All right. What you need to do is also ensure that you reference and the referencing is on point. And then we also have that Wikipedia editors should treat each other with respect, just like we had the friendly policy. All right. So you accept the color of another person. You speak to individuals respectfully, all right, and not be rude. And of course, Wikipedia has no firm rules, which means that Wikipedia's can actually undergo evaluation and modification. All right. So yeah, so with that, we've actually come to an end of the icebreaker session. So over to you, Blessing.
Okay,
She said,
okay. Yeah, I'm here. Thank you very much, Amarachi, for the wonderful icebreaker section. And for those people saying Wikipedia have no firm rule, hope you have now know that the odd one is the C, okay? So the next thing on the agenda is the introduction of our wonderful speaker to come and continue from the last section. And please, I will love everybody to pay attention to this, especially if you are within and you want to really participate in this campaign. Yeah, so the speaker, his name is Moib Shepiu, is known as IB Jaja 05 on the Wikipedia space. Moib Shepiu is an experienced Wikipedia project editor with over 3 years experience, and is currently a patroller on Wikipedia and has created close to 300 articles with close to 25,000 edits across Wikimedia projects. He is also the founder of the Afrodemics project and the 2023 Wikimedia User Group Editor of the Year. In 2024, he was among the top 40 AFC reviewers in the world. Is that not wonderful? Please, on the chat box, help us to welcome Mr. Moib with your favorite emoji. So, Mr. Moib, over to you, sir.
Good evening to you all. I hope I'm audible enough.
yes,
Yes,
you are.
you are.
Oh, thank you very much. So I'm really happy to see you again. I think here now we have close to more than 20 participants here. So just like how we had it in our last session. So from where we stopped in our last session, we are going to continue. In our last session, we discussed minor edits, starting from creating of accounts and how you can perform minor edits on the English Wikipedia. So today we are going to be talking about how you can create articles from the scratch and how you can also translate articles using the translation tool. People that are admitting, please help us to be working on admitting new participants very fast. I think they are complaining on the general group that they are still in the waiting room. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
So I'm going to be sharing my screen so that we can start the journey as soon as possible. So it's not something that is difficult. We all need to just pay attention to the details. So let me share my screen. Today's method is going to be in two parts. We are going to run through the slides, which will cover the theoretical aspect of it. And after that, we are going to move down to Wikipedia, where we are going to create a live article that's related to African women in journalism and politics. So today's topic is African women, creating a new Wikipedia for African women in journalism and politics, and translating existing articles from English to local languages using a translation tool. I don't have to go back to this one again. Now, before you create article on Wikipedia, at first, I assume many of us, we are in the last meeting, so I will not be going back to most of what we have discussed in the last meeting. So I will just be building on what we discussed in the last meeting. In our last meeting, we discussed notability, but we didn't actually go deep into it. So today we are going to be going deep into it so that you'll be able to understand what we mean by notability. Notability determines if a topic is worthy of having its own article. Before a subject can have its own article on Wikipedia, it has to pass through the notability test. That is, this is what will determine if we are to create a new article for this subject, or we can just create a kind of subsection for it inside another article. So there are two types of notability guidelines on the English Wikipedia, which are the general notability guideline and the specific notability guidelines. The general notability guideline, this one does not, it covers everything. It's mostly focused on three things, which are significant coverage, reliable sources, and independent sources. That is, your subject must have a kind of wide media coverage, not ordinary media coverage, reliable sources, reliable media coverage, and independent media coverage. It is not just about mentioning the subject in an article. The article should focus on the subject. For instance, if you are talking about me in an article, and the only thing they can say about me is to say that also the people that attended the program was Muib Sheffield, and they continue with what they are saying. Though my name is there, but the article does not actually focus on me. It is what we call past mentioned. So we are not going to be looking for past mention in an article just to promote our own view. No, we are going to be looking for an article that discusses the subject, any level of the subject, the biography, the education, leadership, career, and so on. So not just one thing and we move on. No, that is what we call significant coverage. It has to cover a significant information of the subject. Then when you talk about reliable sources, before you create article for any subject, you must have reliable sources, sources that that the authors are not known for promoting fake news. The websites are known to be a genuine website. And one of the ways of knowing if a website is genuine or if a news media is genuine is that the sources will not be promoting the subject unethically. They will not just be using adjectives the way they want, and it will be a kind of article that balances both the positive and negative one together. When you look at most of the news that are coming out when it comes to biographical news, you will see that they are mostly promotional stuff in which you cannot use on Wikipedia. So reliable sources will balance everything together. So you should have reputable publications like newspapers, good newspapers, not mushroom newspapers. No, there are newspapers that you cannot use them on Wikipedia. There are even some, as you are putting them on Wikipedia, they are going to be telling you that this particular link has been blocked from entering Wikipedia because of their prolonged years of trying to promote misinformation. And independent sources means that the subject and the sources that you are trying to create article for should not in any way be interdependent on each other. For instance, if you are creating a particular biography and everything that you use in that biography are interviews from the person, so those interviews are not independent because there's no way somebody will speak ill of himself. That means you are going to be promoting a kind of you're going to be biased in your write-up. Not that you are biased, but your sources are going to be biased. Or you are using the personal website of the person to verify a claim. That one is not, you are not verifying any claim, you're just putting the opinion of the subject inside Wikipedia. That's the reason why if you want to write on general notability guideline, the subject has to be widely covered in reliable and independent sources. That's the reason why it's called general notability guideline. It does not have any specific, well, okay, if this person is this, then you can put no. What they focus on is wide media coverage in reliable sources and independent sources. If you can have somebody that is widely covered in 3 or 4 reputable news media and they are not promotional, you can actually bank on that to create article as general notability guideline. However, there's another supporting guideline that we are going to be using mostly for our campaign, which are the political guideline and journalistic guideline. So we are working on African Wiki Women, and we are going to be talking about women in politics and women in journalism. So now, that means you need to understand the guideline of politicians when it comes to Wikipedia. A lot of people are making mistakes about politicians. The guidelines are well spelled out. For you to have a politician on Wikipedia, the person must have hold a political office, or the person must have had a wide media coverage in different reliable and independent newspapers. Even if someone has been elected into an office and the person is yet to assume the office, the person is notable. All legislators are notable. All, including senators, House of Reps, they are notable. All the executive council, like the governor, the deputy governor, the ministers, the commissioners, all of them are notable. You can create article for them. In as much you can find sources that can say that they actually hold or have held that post. Let me come again. When it comes to politics, what we are looking for is political office. That's the first thing we are looking for. Before you call somebody a politician, the person must have held or is holding a political office. Even if the person is an elect, like governor-elect, deputy governor-elect, all of them, they can have article on the Wikipedia space. That's why it says that politicians and judges. When it comes to judges too, judges at the Supreme Court, judges, what they used to call them, the chief judge of the federation is notable, and so on. So we need to understand that. When you understand that, that means we are not going to be creating article based on chance. We are going to be creating article based on what we have learned. So now, by the time you are going to be creating article for politicians, you need to understand this person, whether this person has hold or this person is holding a political office. If not, then the next thing that you are going to be looking at, is that, okay, if this person is yet to have any political office, let me check if the person has a wide media coverage when it comes to politics. Then you check if the person has wide media coverage that are reliable, significant, and independent. So if the person has it, then you can create article for it. But to be on the safer side, I think it's better for you to just use that bit of political office to create your articles. This also applies to people who have been elected to such offices but have not yet assumed them. I've talked about this. Then look at the last one, which is the last one is major local political figures who have received significant press coverage. This means that even when you have some local politicians that are yet to have political office, but they have wide media coverage, they can have an article on Wikipedia. But to be on the safer side, I think we should just bank on the obvious one. Now, sorry, this is journalist. I'm supposed to have, okay, just being an elected local official or an unelected candidate for political office does not guarantee notability. Now, when you have an elected local official means when you have something like councillor. There, or you have some other local official, and the person is not well pronounced. There's no wide media coverage for the person. You cannot put that person on the English Wikipedia. I think we get that. Good. So what we are talking about here is that it's not all people that are elected. No, councillor too are elected, and even chairman of local government too are elected. But before they can be there, they need to have wide media coverage before they can be there. So that's that about local official. If somebody run for an election and the person did not win, that does not guarantee the person to be on Wikipedia. Don't say, oh, this person was a gubernatorial aspirant of Lagos State for the year 2023. That one is not a ticket for the person to be on Wikipedia. The person ran for the election and the person lost. So the person is yet to be notable based on Wikipedia policy. What can make the person to be notable is if there are coverages before the person's election and there are coverages after his election. Because during election, there used to be a lot of coverages about aspirants. And if those aspirants did not win, you see that those coverages will just go down. In the 2023 election, we have more than 7 or 8 presidential candidates for Nigeria. But immediately after the election, the only 3 people you are hearing, or 4 people you are hearing, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Peter Obi, Atiku, and Kwankwaso. What about the rest? So that means they are just notable for that particular one event, and you cannot put them on Wikipedia for just one event. So I think we understand that. So good. Then we move down to notability when it comes to journalists. So journalists or and creative, not and creative on Wikipedia, because the same criteria that we can apply for journalists, we can also apply them for and creative. So before you can consider somebody on a journalistic base, the person must have received a well-known journalism award. You get it now, and a well-known journalism award. If there's an award in the world or in a particular country that is well known, not just mushroom award, not just one of the main award that is given to highly selected people, and the person received that award. In music now, you can have something like Grammy Award. So in the field of academic, you can have something like Nobel Laureate Award. So I know definitely there will be that kind of award in journalism. If somebody have received that award, then the person may be notable. Or if the person has been, if there have been a lot of profile of the person in different reliable newspaper. We should get this right. There is difference between the person writing article or people writing article about the person. Not as journalists, you have this opportunity of writing different articles, and you have this opportunity of putting your name as author in different articles. So if you have written 1,000 articles about people, that does not make you to be notable. You are writing about people, not about yourself. And you cannot write about yourself. That will be primary sources. So what can make you to be notable is if there are people that are writing about you, different people are writing about your journalistic past, journalistic career, journalistic behavior, this and that, then those articles can make you to be notable, not you authoring different articles. I think we should get that right, because there are a lot of articles that were dragged to AFD and they got deleted of journalists because they read their own articles and they were using those articles to promote themselves. One thing about notability is that If you are notable, you are notable. You cannot force notability on any subject. The next one is I've authored noteworthy investigative or influential work. If there are some work that you have done as journalist, a groundbreaking work, that work can make it to be notable. So now, the next one we have here is steps in creating a new article. I put them into 3 different steps. The first thing you need to do is to search for an existing article. So if you had made your research and you have gotten somebody that merits all the things that we have said earlier on, the person has passed the general notability guideline and the specific notability guideline, and you want to create article for the person. The first thing you are going to do is to search for an existing article to avoid duplication of entries. There's no way a subject can have 2 different entries on the English Wikipedia or any of the Wikipedia. So to avoid that, you need to search for the person so that when you search for it, you are going to be sure that this person is not on the English Wikipedia. Then you can start creating article for the person. After you have confirmed that one, you gather your reliable sources to verify your claims. Your reliable sources that you have gathered before you search for the name, you use those reliable sources to verify claims. If you say the person is a minister, we need sources that say it's a minister. If you say the person has received Nobel laureate in journalism, we need reliable sources that show that the person is a Nobel laureate winner. Don't just go there and put claims without references. At least have 3 reliable sources per WP3. WP3 means that at least if a subject can have 3 sources that are reliable, independent, and have significant coverage, the article should not be deleted on the English Wikipedia. And the last one, that if you're not careful, either you have reliable sources or you don't have reliable sources, it can mar your work. It can break, it can mar your work and destroy everything that you have been doing. If you're not writing from a neutral point of view, if you're writing from a biased point of view, your article can be tagged for speedy debate. That's promotional. So if you are writing, you need to mind your language. You need to make sure that you are presenting it the way it is, not the way it's supposed to be. You are presenting it the way you have read it on those sources. So you need to make sure that you control yourself when it comes to using promotional words. There are some sources that when you see them, from the beginning of the sources to the end of the sources, you know that this is a PR puff piece. Imagine if there's an article that one of the sources was saying that the person was born with the blood of music, with the blood of music in his vein. You definitely know that there's no way you can be born with musical blood in your vein when you are not instruments. So if you are going to put on the Wikipedia, because you have seen it somewhere like that, you cannot just put it like that on the English Wikipedia. Or when it comes to the issue of best something, somebody is the best journalist you can ever see in the world. There's no way you can say one person is the best. So you need to understand that there are some words that you don't have to use them. All this issue of best, the most prestigious. So you need to know how to use those. You don't even use those words. Use something else. And if you are to use it, it shouldn't be at the beginning of the work. Maybe at the middle of the work, and you are going to quote who said that. According to Daily Trust, they said this is the best journalist for the year 2025. Not this person is the best journalist. And there's no quote. You are just saying it and you are putting sources there. No, it doesn't work that way. So if you have to use those things, you need to make us known where they are coming from. So this is just 5 tips that can save your articles from getting deleted. So the subject only, if your subject only has brief mentions, not full coverage, do not create article for them. If you create article for them, they might get deleted. That is, somebody just have only past mention in 10 different articles. So, and you are thinking because you have seen the person's name in 10 different articles, you are considering it as a wide media coverage. No, do not create article for them. Look for another thing. And what is it called? We have billions of people in the world. So don't stick to one person. You see somebody trying to create article for a subject, the article will get drafted, the person will go on again, work on it again, to get drafted, they will delete it, we will go and pick it up again, put it back there again. I think we should not be obsessed with an article. If they say this article is not notable, drop it and look for another notable article. The only reason why people keep on going back like that is if they have conflict of interest. Maybe the person is their friends, their family, or there's a kind of UPE, undisclosed paid editing. They have paid you to put the article there, and you're looking for different way of putting the article there. Another one is your sources should not be promotional. If your sources are promotional or not independent, then your article might get deleted. The next one is every claim that you are making should be supported with evidence, verifiable evidence by WPV. That is, all the claims you are making should be verifiable and reliable, independent sources. So if your subject fails notability criteria, either GNG or SNG, you don't have to push it there. Before you start creating the article, you have set your criteria and the article has failed it. So just stop, don't create it. If you don't create an article that reads like an advertisement or personal tribute, the article can be deleted, and if you keep on publishing articles like that, you can be blocked because they will say you are not there to build Wikipedia, but you are there to destroy what people have built over the years. So that's that about article creation. We will see have the practical session where we are going to demonstrate each and everything that we have discussed here. So before we move down to the translation tools, which is just 2 or 3 slides. So any question? Any questions? Hello?
Yes, Mr. Muhib. Yes, we
Okay.
have a hand that is raised.
Okay.
Eunice. All right, so kindly unmute, all right, and ask your question.
All right, sir. Good evening, sir, and thank you for the teaching so far. So my question is, what if you see this journalist or politician, or you are trying to research for the knowledge gap, and I don't know, it has been an issue for me, or will I say now, you should basically tell us how to research for those people that are having knowledge gap, because I try to research, and anytime I research, I do see, once I research them, I do see them, they're already having the information on Wikipedia. I don't know if it's my researching skills or anything, but it has been a challenge to find someone to write on.
Okay. Thank you very much. The English Wikipedia is a very broad space. Before I answer your question, I will at first give you 2 tips. When you have just like an example, when a teacher set a question for students, some students will get 9, some will get 10, some will get 5, some will even say there's no answer. But when the teacher starts marking, we see that all the questions have answer. Remember, the problem is that the understanding of the question is what's worrying most of the students. So when it comes to this research gap, I've tried to explain it to a lot of people. Some will get it. Some will get it small. Some will get it half. And some, they are yet to get it. So now I will just try to explain it again. I'm pretty sure that most of the people here are going to get it. Now, you are working on politician now, and you're working on journalists. So do not go for the obvious one. And do not go for most, if you are working on English Wikipedia and you are looking for people to create articles for them, most of the English speaking nations would have had their people on English Wikipedia that are not in. For instance, you are working with Nigeria, you wanted to create article for politicians in Nigeria. It is very hard for you to have a long list. The only way you can have a long list is when you go to legislature, because every year they are changing and there are plenty, and there are many other. So you can have a lot of people that have not been covered. So now, if you want to do this research gap for this particular contest, what you need to do is to look into the places that are not, that people have not been looking at over the years, which is the legislative aspect of African countries. Look at the minorities inside that people, which are the women. So what you need to do is just you can start with list of women politicians and look at one French-speaking country or look at one Arabic-speaking country. Because like Arabic-speaking country, most of their focus will be on Arabian Wikipedia. So most of those things would not have been on the English Wikipedia. So by the time you look at that, you will not look for the notable people there, and you can start creating articles for those notable people that have their sources, both either, most of them have their sources in English, and even if they have their sources in English, they are translation tool for you to do that. So for you to get the gaps, you need to actually do a lot of research. Like when I was compiling the list of articles of women politicians for this one, I spent close to 3 days trying to compile a list. And eventually I couldn't find more than 20 to 30 lists. And that's because most of the people that I'm seeing are either not notable, or they are notable, or they are on the English Wikipedia. So now, for you to actually look for that gap, you need to do a kind of cross Wikipedia research for you to get there. When you look at the neighboring countries here, which are Niger, other French-speaking countries, most of them are not even on the English Wikipedia. And when you browse to that area, you are going to see a lot of women that are journalists, that are politicians, that are notable, that they are not even on Wikipedia. When it comes down to Nigeria here, you see a lot of women on Wikipedia, but look at the legislative aspect of Nigeria. You see that there are a lot of women, past legislature, current legislature, that are not even on English Wikipedia. So there's no particular way of saying that, oh, this is the way you can get the gap. So you are the one that you keep on changing it. The one thing is that if an article is not on Wikipedia, there's no way you can find a simple way of finding it. For instance, if the article is already on the Wikipedia, if it's a stop article, or the article does not have a lot of information, you can actually have either category for it or Wikidata for it. So another thing is you can use Wikidata also to create gaps. For instance, you can look at African journalists that are on Wikidata. You can bring out their lists. The Wikidata can give you like 100, 200, 300. Then you will now streamline it down to without Wikipedia article. So those ones without Wikipedia article also, Wikidata will give you a lot of them. But where the problem now is that you need to be checking them one after the other, especially journalists, to be sure that those people can indeed have Wikipedia article. Because not all the people that have Wikipedia article can have Wikipedia article. Do you get it now? A lot of people have Wikipedia article, but they do not have Wikipedia article. But Wikidata can make it easy for you to have the list of potential journalists on that you can create article for. But you are the one to now sit down and research and see if those people can actually be on the English Wikipedia. Do you get it now? So in summary, cross-sectional research gap, post-Wikipedia research gap, that's one. Look for minority people that that are notable. That's the second one. The third one is you can use Wikidata query to get a broad people of journalists or politicians that are not on Wikipedia. Then you can now begin your research on actually looking for sources that can make them to be on Wikipedia. Thank you.
All right, Eunice. Okay. You still have another question. All right, go ahead.
All right, sir. Thank you so much for that information. Another question is when you're doing cross researching or cross-section research, I think I did that for a Cameroonian journalist. And the issue there is I'm not a Cameroonian, I don't know their reliable news sources. So I just saw some news, they were written in French and I had to translate. I don't know if they were so reliable, unlike writing for a Nigerian person. I see Punch newspaper or those reliable sources that I'm aware that this indeed is reliable. So how do I know if the source itself is reliable? Imagine I'm writing for an Arabic person and they have their own news sources that I'm not aware of, and that can also be a challenge. So how will you go about that?
I think you can, in all the countries, they have their most popular newspapers. For instance, now, when you go, if it is Egypt, you see Egyptian Today, and so on. From the way the website is being structured, the first thing is you look at the byline. If the article has a byline, you look at the website itself. Is it a blog post? By the time you translate a website, you can definitely see the way it is being structured. From what you are reading, you know if it's just a gossip or it's just a vital information. Or to even make it simple for you, just put it on the internet. List of reliable newspaper in a particular country. They will give you a very long list. Then you can check if your sources are there. And if your sources are not there, look at what you are reading. Look at some of the features of look at some of the sources of reliable newspaper, which has to be independent, byline, not biased. If you have those things there, and what you are looking for is there. For instance, if there's a particular claim that they said this person is a minister.
Hello, Mr. Mohib. Hello, Mr. Mohib.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you just come back online now. Your voice was cracking, so you can just rewind back.
Okay. So I said if those sources made any claim, so you can fact check if that claim is true. What you are looking for, if the person is a politician, is for the person to have had a political office. Good. If there's a source that says the person has gotten a political office, look for another one. If you can see 2, 3, 4, 5 sources that are saying that the person has gotten a political office, that means you can use those sources to verify the claim. The reason why we are using sources to verify claim here is that what we are looking for is for you to get that particular thing right, which is either the person have political office, wide media coverage, or the person has received substantial award. So if you can have sources that can say those things, you put those sources together, then you are good to go. Hello.
Hello, yes, Mr. Mohib.
Okay. So I don't know if you understand like that.
All right, so Eunice, can you hear? Are you clear now?
Yes, thank you so much, sir. Yes, just one last question.
All right.
I think while working on a particular article, I saw just one reference. And my question is, why was it accepted with just one reference? Does it mean that if I have a strong reference and that's the only reference, can I use it to back up my claim?
Yes. For instance, now when you say if let's assume the governor of a particular state has only one reference, the person is notable. So there are some notability guidelines that even if it's only one reference that you see, you can use them. Do you get it now? That's why they have specific notability guidelines. For instance, if somebody has been given the highest award of a particular country, let's say this the OFN, the ZOFN, right, or OON award, and the only thing you can see, you only see one article that discusses the person in depthly and also mention that the person has gotten the OON award. You can use that one source to verify the claim that you see. What they do not want is that you have only one source and all your information that you have put there, the information are not from the source, are from another thing. So where did you get it? So even if it is just 5 lines that you are able to get from that reliable one source and that the person is notable, just put the source there and put those 5 lines there. Don't go outside to go and bring another claims that you cannot verify. Do you get it now? So the reason why I said at least make sure your sources have at least up to 3 is just for you to have for you to just be on the safer side. But one source can make an article material. It's not something that is not done. It's done. A lot of sources, a lot of articles are there that have only one source.
All right. Eunice, are you okay with the response? It's clearer now, I guess.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
All right. Mr. Mohib, are you still with us?
Yes, I will too.
All right.
Oh, so let's continue. So we are going to be using also we are going to be talking about translation tool. So one thing I need to explain is that you should not translate into language that you do not understand. Please only translate into language that you understand very well. You are proficient in both the reading and the writing of it. Even if you cannot speak it, that was not a problem. But in as much you are proficient in the reading and writing of the language, you can contribute to it. We should avoid from using from trying to use pure machine translation. Machine are making mistakes, and the mistakes can only be realized by the people that can speak the language. For instance, in English language, when you use the word you in English language, the you has no feminine or masculine. You, either you're a man or a woman, is just like that. But in language like Hausa, you can be used for a man. The different and the same you can be used for a woman in a different way. So by the time the machine is translating it, the machine might not be able to understand if the person is a man or a woman. So it will end up using K for a woman and use K for a man. Do you get it now? So, but if you are just using pure machine translation, you end up in the process of building Wikipedia, you are creating a kind of work for other people to come and do. So I think you should only focus on the local language that you understand. If you can speak in Hausa, translate into Hausa. If you can speak Yoruba, translate into Yoruba. If you can speak Twi, translate into Twi. And if you can speak Kinyarwanda or Swahili, translate into that. So though these are tools that can translate for you, but you will still have to work on those translations before you will be able to publish them. So translation tool is a built-in tool that helps you to translate existing articles from one language Wikipedia to another language Wikipedia. Now, steps to translate. So we have made it very easy. When you visit our meta page, you can check the articles in need of translation. We have like 6 or 7 languages there. The ones that have been translated, you see it, it will mark it. The ones that are yet to be translated, you will see a dash sign there. So the second thing you need to do is copy the name of the article, and when you copy the name, you put it on English Wikipedia, it will give you the article. Click on contribution, then you access the translation tool from there. So you paste the name in the translation box and select the local language that you are proficient in. So when you see an article in English, you take it to the tool, you search for it, then they will ask you.
Hello, can anyone hear me, please?
Yes, I wanted to ask the same question. Yes, I can hear you. Since
I think the
we cannot hear
network
Mr.
is,
Muyi.
yes,
Yeah.
let me reach out to him. I think the network
Oh,
is bad for me. Hello?
yes.
Hello?
Yeah, Mr. Muyi,
Sorry,
you went
it
off for
was the
like 1
network.
minute.
Yes,
Yes.
sorry. So
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you.
thank you
Yeah.
very much. So when you paste the name in the translation box, you can now select the local language that you want to translate into. Then you can be translating it batch by batch. One thing about this tool is that if you cannot just use the machine to translate only. You have to do some edits before they will allow you to publish your work. So you have to do some corrections there. So if you refuse to do the correction, your work will not be published. So let us just, so thank you very much for participating. So now let's move to the practical session so that we can create an article and we can also translate one or two English article. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen now. Or I'm going to stop sharing my screen now so that I can move down to the web page. Thank you very much.
All right. Okay.
Sorry, I've searched some names and I've researched about them. So that's why you see that it's going to be very easy for me to create. So if you too want to create, you need to also once you get the name, the next thing you are going to do is to search for the information that we can get. So let me just show you how I used to do it. I used to create it inside my Microsoft Word document, everything that I'm going to write there, including the references. As you can see, I've done a kind of mini Wikipedia here. So when if I've done this, so if I wanted to create article now, it's very easy for me to just be taking it and be taking it there. Now, what I'm going to be doing is that this information here that I provided here, these are the sources that if you click on these sources, you are going to see this information here. And the reason why this person is notable are two. The first one is that he was once a minister. And the second one is that when it comes to her media career, she is one of those who pioneered cinema in Egypt. And when you go back to one of the guidelines of journalism, for journalists, for people that are in journalism, is that the person must have pioneered something that a lot of people are referencing. That's the first one. And the second one is when it comes to issue of politics, the person is a minister. So this person actually has a kind of two-in-one of what you are looking for. You are looking for either somebody in journalism or somebody in politics. But this woman is bringing the two together. She is a notable journalist, and at the same time, she is a notable politician. Now, I'm not creating this article by chance. I've done my assignment by going through different sources to make sure that, okay, this woman has merited it. So if for the first time I just see this person as, okay, let me just create article for this person, it wouldn't work. So I have to go through it. It's like I use almost 2 days to make research so that I will not create an article that people will see and take it to AFD or delete it. So if you are good to create article, you need to make sure that it takes time. It's not just about the creation, it's about the quality of what you are trying to create. That is why you see that on our meta page, I'm here to put any articles there for creation because I know that we have a lot of articles that are not up to standard that we can improve. But some people have this kind of zeal to create. So after this meetup, I'm going to put only few articles there for us to create, for just to test run what we have learned. So, but those articles that are there for improvement, we should try as much as possible to improve them. Not everybody will focus on creating articles because many people might not get it right. And one of the ways you can be fed up on Wikipedia is when you are creating and people are deleting it. When you are creating and people are drafting it, it's used to be a kind of discouragement. So this one, I've researched about it. I will just show us how we can do it step by step. I've done the research. Every paragraph that I have here has sources, as you can see them. Early life and education, it has its own source. Media career has its own sources. Political career has its own sources. Honors and recognition have its own sources. Now, the good part of this article is that this woman also, she has a category on Wikicommon. You can see up to 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or even 10 of her pictures on Wikicommon. And yet, this woman is not on the English Wikipedia. So, we are going to be doing it together. The first thing I say is you are going to search for the name on the English Wikipedia to be sure that you are not doing a duplicated effort. So if you go down there, can you still see my screen?
Yes, we are seeing it clearly.
Okay. So you are going to look at your username to know if you are logged in. So I'm logged in. So this is where you search. Now, as you can see that this woman is not on English Wikipedia. And there are even some references about her. Look at here, Minister Doria. Do you get it? Formerly reopened station, but you will not see a particular page about her. So now there are two different ways of creating. You can create directly into the main space, or you can use the draft option. Even me, as I'm creating article, I'm still using the draft option. So please, if you are creating your own too, use the draft option. If you want to create article directly to the main space, you just click on this one. It will take it directly into the main space. If you want to create article for people to review it, you can use this one. But if you want to create a draft, you are sure that this article is notable and you can create it with no problem. You can create a draft and you can move the draft into the main space yourself. But you are not going to be using this method. What you are going to do is to add draft to the back of this name and search again. Then you are going to have something like this, draft. So you just click on this one. So now you have a draft. Anything you are doing here, nobody will come and disturb you. By the time you perfect everything here, you can easily move it into the main space. You get it now. But if you were using the first option of creating directly into the main space, as you are creating it, some people might be dragging the article with you. Though there's a rule that says that at least you should give 2 hours before you touch any new article. But a lot of people used to make that mistake. As you are creating article, they are editing it with you. As you are creating article, they are editing it with you. So it will now bring about the kind of edit conflict, whereby you are going to lose most of your edits. But if you are in your draft space, you can perfect everything here and move it to the next page. So now, let us go to this first source that I've highlighted and check if the information that I push here actually what is here. As you can see, this person serves as head of culture, media, and antiquities committee in the House of Representatives. When you look at my information here, you can see it here. She is currently the head of this. So, media figure, writer, and politician, former Egyptian Minister of Information. So, as a TV presenter, she's most known for a long run of popular program. So she's a journalist and Minister of Information. As you can see it is there. So I'm not just going to put claims that cannot be verified. So that's just that. So now that I've suffered to put all these things together, creating on Wikipedia now will be very easy for me. So if you also wanted to create articles, I think something you need to also have a draft like this somewhere before you start your creation. It makes it very easy for you to do. Now, this year, born May 1948, where did I see it? It is not in this first one, but when you check the second source that I have here, you are going to see the date. So everything that you are putting there must be referenced. You see, 1948. So there's nothing there that I am putting from my own head, from my own personal, my own opinion. Everything is there. Now, when you put it like this is my own words. It has been written in my own words. This is not copy and paste. So when you do it like this is your draft. Then the next thing you are going to do is to create a reference section. In our last minor edit meeting, we talked about the use of paragraphs. So that's why I'm using it like this. So I said you can either come here to make heading, or you make use of double equal to references. This is to show that everything all the references that you are putting inside your article is becoming here. And if you want your references to be well arranged, you can make use of what's called ref list, a template for ref list. I believe you all know how to upload template. You put 2 curly brackets, then you have your template search here. Then you can put ref list. This will make your references to be together. So now we are going to start putting our references now. This is the first one that we have here. Copy it. I think we still know how to put citation. You come here and you click on cite. Use the automatic one if you are using a link, just like how we explained in our last meeting. Then you click on create. You insert it. You have one. Good. You go back again to your draft. Click on cite. Put it. You create it. Now I have to. Yeah, I can decide to publish it. It's a draft, not a Wikipedia article. So you see, it's still a work in progress. So I can publish it. What did you do? Started the draft. You can see. So look at the 2 sources that we put. They are here. Hello? Sorry, the noise is coming from outside. I think some people are having wedding, so and I'm inside. So the noise is just too much. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes.
The noise is not much.
And we cannot stop them from doing. We cannot stop them from doing their wedding. Can we?
So we can hear you clearly, Mr. Mohi.
I said, can we stop them from not sue them for noise pollution?
You can try. You can try.
Okay, this is Nigeria now. So you don't have something like that, noise pollution. Let everybody enjoy themselves. So sorry for that.
Yes,
so let us continue. So
no problem, sir. Thank you.
we go back to our draft again. Then we have the next one, yes, early life and education. So then you click on edit again. This is the source. You can go back to visual. You don't know how to use the source one. So now, can anybody tell me how can I put another heading? The shortcut to that another heading. I want to put early life now. Yeah?
2 equals to.
Good. So you have your early life here. If you are creating heading, the first one should be in capital letter. Don't be like this. Put everyone a kind of don't do like this. So only the first one should be in capital letter. And you don't have to bold. Some used to make mistake of even bolding the heading like this. So you get it. So this is the proper way of doing it. Then click on enter if you are using the system. So copy the ones you already have here. I've already paraphrased them already. This is just like the skeleton of what we are trying to do. Then you put your reference. Don't forget, it's very important to always go with your references. Then you click on site, paste it. Start. You have three. So you can click on publish. What did you do? Added the new heading and the reference. So the next one, then go fast now. So we can just take the two together. Media career. So you have to upload this one. Put your reference there. So if you are using, now look at it, we have used this reference before and we are using it again. You don't have to copy it. All you need to do is to go and use it. Click on site. Site. We click on reuse. So we are using top 50 women forum. And we publish it. Added any audio and the reference. So it's automatically change it back to back to. As you can see, we are still in the draft. We are still in this side the draft, and we are looking. The article is making more sense now. It's looking like a Wikipedia article now. Look at another one here. We have used this source before. So what we need to go is to go and use it again. So broadcast. So this is the only new source that we are using. So I will go to copy it. Click on site. Please do not just copy the link and paste it on it without using the citation. So it's that, for instance, like if you do like this is not how to add citation. So you have to use this place. So you can publish it. What did you do? Added references. So now we have the political career. Let me take everything at once so that we have the political career. This one to heading. Add the reference to it. Plus also another new reference. So they're copying it. You have another one here, another reference here from Reuters.
Hello, Mr. Mohib. I don't know if other people are hearing you, but I'm not hearing from this end.
Okay. I said I am putting the references there, as you can see it. But this reference is not showing here. So let me try and verify if the links are not broken. See that the links are not broken, but the automatic cannot bring out the reference. So all you need to do is to use the manual one. Click on manual. There are cases like this. When you have your link and they refuse to work. So you click on manual, you click on website. Now they ask you the last name and the first name of the author. You go back to the link, look for the name. Let me remove these good words. So when you come down here, look at the name here. This is the name of the author. Copy it. First name is Nina, right? So they will put the last name here. They will ask you for this title of the news. So you take this is the title, you copy it, put it inside. They'll ask you for the URL. Can you hear me now?
Yes, please.
Yeah, we
Okay.
can hear you.
Okay, you copy the URL, go back there, you paste it. They'll ask you for just doing the most important one. Name of the website. So just put vectors. These are the most important one. Once you click on it, you see you have your source here. So if you automatically refuse to work, you can use the manual one for your link. So now let's move to the last section, honors and recognition. Show you on board this. So we are going to put EgyptToday.com. We have used it before. So instead of putting it again, we are going to reuse it. Now, publish. Added, edit, and reference. Publish it. Now, we have it here. So the next thing is to add info box to it. So just like what we discussed last week, that if you want to add info box, you go to the beginning of the article, then you use the short code for template search, which is double curly bracket, then info box. This woman is an office holder because she was once a minister, so we are going to be using office holder for her. Click on it. So these are the things that we are going to be providing answers to, starting from the name, the office. So the image, just an image, then we can come on, image, country, yes, you need to see, time start, Then we have education or alma mater. So we are going to provide information to this. What is the name of the person? What is the name of the person? We'll go back. This is the name of the person. What is the office head? Minister of Information. Image, you go and look for it later. Egypt. Time start 2013. Don't know when the person ended, but you can get it. Where she schooled, let us go and see where she schooled. She schooled at University of Cairo, Cairo University. So now let me go and look for, for you to put image, you need to go and look for the exact name on Wikimedia Commons. So this woman has a lot of images on common. So you go there and go and select. You are the one to select which that you like. So you come down here. Okay. It's right like this. As here, which one should we use?
For me, the one she's wearing blue and white is beautiful.
This one.
For me,
All of them
yes.
are
Yes,
just,
the blue and white.
just say you like this one.
Yes, I
So
like.
so this is what you are going to copy. You copy only the name here. Right there. Put it. When you put it, it will come. You can see it has come. Just click on it. That's all. When you insert it, you have something like this. Then you publish it. Okay. So this is our article now. So when you are done, you are sure that you are done. I know by the time you put it on the main space, you can go there and add more information to it. So when you are done, you are sure you are done in your draft. So the next thing is to move it to the main space. You come to tools here, you click on move. It's here, move. Then they will ask you, where are you moving it to? You move it to article. What are the reasons? Developed artist. You have developed the article. You just move it. So now you can see that the draft has gone. Now you have a full article. Now see, they are telling you that no category. It is because I'm a reviewer, that's why I'm able to see this one here, no category. So what you need to do is, let us go and add category to it. So you click on this place, category, then you can have Egyptian journalist. Journalists. You can have African women journalist. African women in politics. It's also there. African women journalists is there. What else again can we add? So
Egyptian politician.
some politician. We have Cairo University alumni.
Cairo.
Cairo University alumni. So you apply the changes. You publish. What did you do? Added articles. That is, you need to add what they used to call it, short description of this person. So,
So your voice is low. It's getting very.
okay, I said we are going to add short description of this person now. Short description of this person. Did you get how I added the category? The person that talked now. Did you get it? Or I should do that again.
Yes, I did.
So,
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
thank you very much. So now we are going to add short description. So just like I told you earlier on, the shortcut to template is what? 2 curly brackets. Let me rest for you. This bracket, 2 curly brackets. So short description. So how can we describe this woman? Egyptian politician, right? So as you can see, it has come here. Egyptian politician. Then added. What did we do? Added short. Now look at our article. Is this not beautiful? Is this not beautiful?
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful, Mr. Muib.
Thank you very much. So now the next thing is translation. So for you to translate now, what you need to do is let us use our meta page so that people can understand from our meta page. This is our meta page. So when you click on this topic list, you are going to be having I'm going to talk about this criteria later on. Let me finish this translation first. We have articles to improve here, in which you can, and the things that you are going to be using to improve them are in these ways to improve. I even, when this one, I'm so fascinated about this French article, so I have to put it here for people that are working on this particular person. So you just read what you need here, you go there and improve the article. So these are articles to improve. So if you want to improve any of them, there are different ways of improving them. So for the translation, what you need to do is to come down to these articles for translation, click on expand. See, when I was trying to prepare myself for this training, I translated this article to Yoruba. As you can see, it has come. Once you translate, it was today I did this. Let us go and check the. Okay, let us go and check the edit history. See, this is your username, right? This is 622. So once you translate any article to any of the languages, it will automatically mark it as translated. So that means you don't have to, you have reduced the work of, you are looking for articles to translate. And you can see them here. It has been, it is in Yoruba now. It is in Hausa. It is in Swahili. It is in Igbo. It's not in Fante. It's not in Twi, and it's not in Kinyarwanda. You can even move down to, if you are Yoruba speaker, you can move down to the next one, to the next one, the next one, to the next one, the next one, until you are satisfied with your translation. So for you to translate now, what you need to do is click on this English article. So just copy this one. At first, look at the languages that these articles are into. It's in Arabia, it's in Misra, it's in, I don't know this one, it's in Dutch, it's in Hausa, it's in Igbo, but it is not in Yoruba. So what you need to do now is to go and use our translation tool. For you to use translation tools, it is here in your contribution area. Click on contribution. See it here. This is your translation tool. Spark me here. You click on it. They'll ask you. You see, this is what I've been doing now. You see, I will have to come back and finish it. This is just the percentage that I have. I have to come and finish the ask. Somebody's raising hand. So
Yes,
who's raising
yes,
hand?
Mr. Mohib. Yes, it's me. All right, so this particular side is just going too fast. So can you please go back a
Sorry.
little?
Yes, someone on the chat comment, the chat side say you should repeat how to add category, since she did not get it very well. So she said you should please repeat it. Thank you.
You click on edit. See these 4 boxes here, or three lines here. You click on it, then you see your category here. So you click on the category, then you can add as you see, you have added 4. So if you have any other category again, you can also add, like Egyptian people, or people from Egypt. If you have something like that, you have Egyptians. So if you have any other category that's in existence, you can also put it there. Once you put it, you click on it, then you save it. I think it is understandable like that. So then let us move down to, they said I am very fast. Okay, let me reduce my speed. This is article for translation. I said we have made effort to bring out over, this is around 88 articles. And not only that, we have arranged them into up to 7 languages. And also, we have made sure that any languages that this article are in is marked to reduce your research in trying to look for the translated one. So all you need to do is to look for the languages that you can speak, and you start translating into those languages. Now, for you to translate, now this article is in Hausa, is in Swahili, is in Igbo. I cannot speak. I can speak Hausa, so I can edit this one. I cannot edit this one. I cannot edit this one, and I can also edit this one. So now the only option here is for you to come to translate into Yoruba. So you click on this one. You click on it. It will take you to the English aspect of it. Then you are going to copy it. Since you are sure it's not in Yoruba already. So if you are not sure, you can check it here. But since that table has made us know that it is not in Yoruba, so then you go to your contribution aspect here under your profile, contributions. Once you click on it, you are going to have translation tool here looking at you. You click on the translation tool, and they will tell you, is it a new translation or you want to continue from your old translation? So if it's a new translation, you click on new translation. So search for a page to translate. You just paste what you have searched before. This is the page you have searched for. Do you get it now? Then you click on it. They will ask you, which one are you translating to? Yoruba, English to Yoruba, or you can change it. See, all the other languages are there. but the people that can speak Igbo, Dagbani, and others are there. So then you start. So the next thing is to be doing it batch by batch. So you have to do this table, this, what's it called? This info box manually, but the rest, look at starting from here now. This is the first the delete section. You just come here, then the machine will automatically translate it into Yoruba for you. The reason why we are seeing this error is that this thing was generated with a template, this Arabic, and that template is only on English Wikipedia. The template does not exist on Yoruba Wikipedia, so I'm going to remove the template. I will just start with T. All of these are templates, so it's better for us to remove them. Still, they are templates. So I'm not writing directly. So now, the machine has translated this, but you can still see some errors there. So you will have to edit those errors before you be able to publish it. You cannot just say, since the machine have done it, let me just do it for everything and publish it. It will not go. So you have to make some edits. For the people that understand the language, they will see what I'm doing. And you, in your own language too, you have to make some edits. Now, I've corrected the template because the template is not working here. So I'll change the template to what? As born August 1, 1957. So I think it's a Triadini or Jokini if you are general 1957. So now they said it's a freelance Egyptian American. You can see that here it's just translated nonsense because it got confused with freelance and Egyptian American. So you have to be the one to edit it. So now you say freelance, it means here it puts as Pominera. No, it's supposed to be what is journalist called in Yoruba? Olukota, right? Do you have anybody that speaks Yoruba very well here? No. Do you have anybody that speaks Yoruba very well here?
Do we?
What is freelance in Yoruba?
There is difference between knowing how to speak and knowing how to write.
Okay, so let me say this. Trying to look for the perfect word. So now, as you can see now, I'm trying to edit. I'm trying to edit some of the. Then you keep on going like that and keep on editing like that. Once you are done, you just click on this one. This one is published. This is she at a garden. So in your own language too, you have it like this, like publish. So once you click on it, you just publish it in as much you have done some edits. As you can see, it said I've done 2 out of 4. I've corrected 2 out of 4 problems. So as you can see it, then there's another one. So I will just continue like that to edit it so I can publish it. So what you call shall this in yourself? Just add another one again. So look at it and see if there's a problem there. Yes. So nígbà tí ó jẹ́ ọmọ ọdún méje, let me edit this one. So I can decide to publish it now. Then so that people can improve on it. So it has been published already. So when you go back there to our meta page, you can see it has ticket. That is what it has been published in Yoruba too, as you can see. So you just have to work with this table when it comes to translation so that it can be very easy for you. I think that's that about translation. Any question? Question on that? So as you are trying to look for a question, okay, oh, okay.
Yeah, sorry. Someone wrote on the chat box that can you please explain the procedure to get to the translation site, the procedure to get to that place,
Is it to get to the place or to get to this
to
particular?
translate? No, the
Oh,
procedure
okay.
to translate. Yeah.
I said you once you have this meta page, you have copied the article you are going to translate. Then you go to from there you can go to Wikipedia, go to your contribution. Where is it here? Here, see it here, contributions here. Then you see the translation tool here. You see it here. So this is where you are going to click on, and you are going to click on new translation. You are going to put the name of the page.
Actually, I just say, let me keep my head on my table. Just I'm finished waiting with my 7
You are going to paste the article you are going to translate here, and you are going to see the article here. So then you are going to continue with the article and translate the article. Is it okay like that?
Yeah, I think the person should be okay with that. Yeah. So any other question? Please, if you have any
So
question, try and ask.
as you are trying to gather the questions, so this is the scoring table for Wikipedia. And what we are doing is that here there's no first, there's no second, there's no third. These are just basic rules for us to follow and get reimbursed. Now, we have two types of editor here. We have the experienced editor and we have the new editor. For the experienced editors, if your account is over 1 year ago and you already have an article on the newspaper, you are an experienced editor, so you are working with this. That means for Wikipedia, you have 3 points when you translate articles very well. Don't give us 2 lines translation. To me, if you can translate the whole pages of that particular Wikipedia back to your own language. It does not take you anything. What it takes is just to sit down and correct those minor corrections. We are not asking you to be very fast, okay, because you want to be the first, second, or third. No first, no second, no third. So what is wording at us wording well? Whatever you are doing, look, you are doing it very well. So you look for articles that are in the translation box. All of them are well developed. I think almost all of them are in the C category. They are well developed. So all you need to do is to go there, translate them very well. Both the quantity and the quality should be there. Then you get your 3 points. So for the English Wikipedia, if you expand 2 sections, there's a section there and you expand the section very well, then you have 2 points. But for the new editors, so there are some translations that the articles are not that much. The quantity of the articles are not that much. So once you translate to that content, then you can have. I think an example is here. No, this example will not work. So let me show you, like the one that we finished doing now. You know that it's not that well developed article. So when you translate something like that, you can be considered for the 3 points. And when you have 2 points per article section expanded, when you also expand 2 sections, you will also get 2 points. But your own section will not be as developed as the section of an experienced editor. If you are putting 2,000 bytes, we are expecting experienced editor to put at least 4,000 or 5,000 bytes. So don't just put and, but, and comma and say you have expanded the section. So I think we all know when we use the word expand, make something length, but here, both in quality and the quantity. And you should make sure that your reference are intact. So that's that about Wikipedia. And for the disbursement criteria, it is also here. So there's a 10 USD per contributor. In as much you merit this.
I think Mr. Moib is having an
Hello.
issue. So, hello, Mr.
Hello. So the network. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, I can hear you, Mr. Moib. Can you hear
Okay,
me,
Yes, we
please.
please?
can hear you.
So well, for experienced editor, you translate at least 2 articles, or you expand at least 5 article sections. I think you have seen the type of translation that we are talking about. So you see all those well-developed translations. So when you translate them, then we are going to put the points together, and we are going to see if you qualify for the data reimbursement or not. But here, I don't think there's anything like first, second, or third. The people that qualify for it, they are going to receive it. For the disbursement for the new editors, translate at least 1 article and expand at least 3 sections with full paragraphs, add complete person info box, and so on like that. So they are also here. So what we need to do is to come down here and read it very well. So, and we are good to go. Another thing I'm going to talk about is the issue of form that we are using to gather data, weekly data. Please, there's a particular form here. Come and see it. Here. At the end of the week, today is Friday, Saturday. At the end of the week, you have to come down here and put all your contributions that you have done for the week. You put them here. You put your name, Wikimedia username, email address, then you put everything here, you submit. Once you submit it, we are going to see it and we are going to add it here. See, this is for the week 1. We are going to add it here. You see, Ademora Chidima, experienced editor. This is what she has done. This is the link to what she has done, and this is the point to what she has done. So Alima Waziri too, the same thing. We are not the one to put this one here. We are going to do it ourselves. Look at this person created 1 article, but the article is not related to the campaign. Or sorry, I'm not Joshua. Is this person a man or a woman? He's a man now. He, right? I think he's a man. So that's the reason why the article is not related, because we are talking about women in politics and journalism. So at times when you submit something that's not part of the this campaign, we put it there, but you will not have any points. As you can see, 0 points. Then we have another person here. Also for Wikidata too, we have it. Okay, so I think that's all for my end here. So there are questions here that I need to also attend to. I will. And they have dropped the forms too in the chat box. I think you can check it. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Moib, for this educative section. And I want to believe that all the competitors, the participants have learned a lot. And now we have seen where we are making mistakes on, and I believe we are going to be correcting the mistakes. So if you have any question, please try and drop it or just simplify by raising up your hands. Okay, Mr. Moib, we have 1 hand raised. Please, Mr. Yao Tuba, unmute yourself and ask your question, please. Mr. Yantuba, please unmute and answer the question and ask your question.
I wanted to know if reimbursement is based on weekly. Is it weekly?
Sir, please, you increase your voice. Seems you are not hearing you clearly.
Hello, please can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, but not clearly.
Yeah, so I was asking if the reimbursement is weekly based or at the end of everything. I just wanted.
What's the question, please? Can anybody amplify that question for me?
I think he said if the reimbursement is weekly or something, but I didn't really
Or
get it.
the reimbursement will be at the end of the project, which is a month project. So thank you. I don't know. Yes, I think that's it. At the end of the project, this is a month project. So at the end of everything.
All right, so we have a hand that is raised.
Yeah, I think the people that are the project are going to be. Who is the person? Because I'm not seeing hand from here.
Okay, yes, I raised my hands.
Okay, you can go ahead with your question, please.
My question was, what if you wanted to translate one of the you want to translate, but your language is not among the listed approved language? What will you do?
What's the language you are trying to translate to?
I didn't get that. Sir.
What's the language that you are trying to translate to?
EFIC or IBIBIO, something like that.
It's EFIC or IBIBIO. Do they have their Wikipedia domain? No, before you translate into any language, there are some languages that they do not have their Wikipedia domain. You get it? They are there, but we cannot translate into them. My system is showing low battery already. So the idea where you cannot translate to them. I think EFIC or BBO is still an upcoming Wikipedia language that they do not have their independent domain. You get it now. So there should be a general language that is spoken that covers this particular area. So you can translate into that one.
Okay,
Bukola
thank
James.
you. Bukola James. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. I just saw this page that says, I mean the page that you're currently on. And I'm surprised why we have that table there.
Which one?
I mean this particular table that is saying Wikidata, Wikipedia. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Don't worry. So the reason why I'm confused is because please kindly note that we are collecting all contributions via a weekly contribution form. Please do not add your contribution on the campaigns page, because if you do that, it will be deleted. So I'm just trying to emphasize more on the fact that you have to submit all your contributions through that Google form. And you can do that maybe once in a week or as you contribute to this campaign. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. So any other question? So yeah, I think there's no other question, and they have the facilitator or the trainer has actually done justice to the second Wikipedia training of the Independent Women's Day campaign. So by next week, same time, which is 3 p.m. UTC, we are going to have a Wikidata training. So those of you interested in also editing Wikidata can also join us same time next week. And I want to really appreciate the people that spend out their time to be here to learn more or add more to their knowledge. So yeah, thank you very much. And without wasting much of our time, I would like us to on our camera for a group photograph so that Mr. Moib can take it before his system and any other person that have system too among the team. Please try and keep it at alert to take the pictures for record purpose. Yeah, thank you very much for your time. Amarachi. Hello, Amarachi.
Yes, yes, I
Yeah,
can hear
do you
you,
have any other
Blessing.
do you have any other thing to say?
All right, so nothing but appreciation. All right, thank you so much for joining this session. We appreciate. Please let's keep up with the contribution, and don't forget to submit the links to your submission to your contributions to enable proper review and documentation. If
Yeah.
you have any question regarding the campaign, kindly drop it on the group. We'll attend to your question. If you're shy, you can reach out to any of us and we'll assist you further. Yes, please.